So in this episode, I finish up the Southwest United States, and I'm telling you what, it's amazing. Utah, wow. After leaving Ben Rainchild's house, I holed up in Farmington, New Mexico for a few days. My knee was bothering me, and I just needed to relax for a few days and do nothing. After leaving Farmington in New Mexico, I headed up north, briefly went into Colorado and then into Utah, and made a beeline for Hanksville, which is sort of in the middle of the state. I did go through Natural Bridges National Park, which was pretty cool. I did see some storms approaching. The skies were getting pretty black, and ultimately I did have to run through a storm. It was a hailstorm. Jeez, wow. Glen Canyon in southeastern Utah is also pretty spectacular. I had all my rain gear on and it was hotter than Hades, but the views again were just jaw-dropping. After staying a day in Hanksville in Utah, my intent was it was a pretty big day. It started off in Capitol Reef, and basically in a north-south line you go through Capitol Reef and then Escalante Grand Staircase National Park, and all of it's just amazing. I did stop off in the middle of Escalante at the Kiva coffee shop. It's a must-see. Great location. You know what they say, location, location, location. But had a cup of coffee just looking down through the canyons. It was amazing. After camping for the night near Bryce Canyon, I got up the next morning and went up to Bryce Canyon, because in Bryce Canyon you actually ride along the top looking down, and it's amazing to me how colorful and beautiful these places are, and it left nothing to be desired. It was just spectacular. Of course, just when I thought I'd seen everything in Bryce Canyon, I went through Zion National Park. In this case, you're actually riding through the canyon, and I mean, the pictures say it all, and the video says it all. It was just really, really breathtaking. After that amazing day, I holed up in St. George in southwestern Utah with the intention of heading over to Las Vegas the next day. On the way to Las Vegas, I stopped and visited the Valley of Fire. It's a state park in Nevada, and wow, I mean, it's more of the same thing that I'd been seeing for the last month, but it was just spectacular. As I said, I was heading towards Vegas, but I actually stayed the night in Boulder City, which is just to the south of Las Vegas. I wanted to see the Hoover Dam, and Jesus, what a tourist trap that is. I mean, there's lots of people there. It's tough to really stop and get a photo because all the parking lots are like paid parking lots. So I just sort of rode through and rode up to the very top and took some shots looking down. It was still pretty cool. Next couple of days I spent in Las Vegas, which is it's like an adult playground. I went for a long hike one day. I spent 2 days there. I took a long hike one day, and there's just so much to see and so much to do. And I can neither confirm nor deny if I found a blackjack table, because it is sort of one of my vices. But still pretty fun hanging out in Las Vegas. I just spent this morning riding through Death Valley. I left Las Vegas and took the Old Spanish Trail, and then got off on Badwater Road, which essentially runs right through the middle of Death Valley. Just stunningly spectacular. It was hot as all get out. It's like an oven blowing in my face. But I stopped off at Badwater Basin, which is the lowest point in the elevation-wise in the United States. And it also holds the world's record for the highest ever recorded temperature, which I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I think it's like 129 degrees. But it's at 282 feet below sea level. That was pretty cool. And now I've left Death Valley. I'm headed east, and you just get the Sierra Nevadas here. These are just beautiful. After Death Valley, really the next place I was planning on going was the Horizons Unlimited meeting up near Yosemite, so these were just transit days. I was surprised to see long stretches of dirt road, and they were washboarded all to hell, and a little bit of sand and gravel, and as well a pilot truck as the guys were doing construction out there. But it was just another ride on another day, again reflecting back on those roads that I saw up in the Yukon and in Alaska. It was no big deal. On the way to Yosemite, I did go through Sequoia National Park, which was lots of big trees, lots of twisty rides through the mountains. It was very cold, got down to like 40 degrees, and I was shivering. But it was a lot of fun, and it's another one of those national parks in California. And now that I've seen most of California, it's another one. It's definitely worth seeing. I spent a long weekend in Mariposa, California, which is just to the west of Yosemite, not more than about 15 or 20 minutes, at the Horizons Unlimited meeting. I absolutely love these meetings. That's the fourth or fifth one I've been to, and the people that come to these meetings, they're folks that have either done really long cool trips on their motorcycle, or they're there to learn from others who have, and the adventure spirit just permeates, and great people. Love these meetings. Recommend you try out a Horizons Unlimited meeting. Next I headed towards the coast, due west to Monterey, where I was actually stationed in the Navy in the early 2000s. I went to the Naval Postgraduate School there. It was just as beautiful as I remember it, and I can see why people like to live there. From Monterey I took the Coast Road, Pacific Coast Highway, Highway 1 and 101. It just rides right along the coast. A very nice drive. It was thick with traffic that day, but it soon enough loosened up, and I made my way to Morro Bay, which is just north of LA, famous for this big rock they have in the harbor, Morro Rock. Small fishing village, town, city, but it was nice to just be on the Pacific coast and breathing fresh air. It's pretty cool. From Morro Bay, I headed over to the east end of LA, a town called Redlands. I've got some family there. Hung out with them for a couple of days. They wanted to see the drone, so we broke that out and played with that for a little bit. But they had a really cool swing in their front yard, and I don't think I'd been on a swing like that since I was like 9 maybe. And the guy living there had this his name's Zane, and had a really cool Tonka collection, antique Tonka collection. I couldn't keep my eyes off of them, so I had to take some photos. And in Redlands, they also had some really cool sunsets. I was mesmerized by the sunsets there. While in Redlands, I had scheduled service over at the BMW in Riverside, and I'll tell you what, I've been around, and of course I've had cars all my life and motorcycles all my life and getting them serviced, but at any dealer anywhere, I've never seen one like that. Riverside is friendliest. They just welcome you in. They want to chat with you the whole time. I just loved it, and the service they gave me was top notch. They were honest with me. They were fair. Loved it. Riverside BMW motorcycles. BMW Motorcycles of Riverside. Highly recommend it. Go see Dan Shu and the crew. Great, 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 great. So now, as I mentioned, I'm hanging out in San Diego, the San Diego Harbor behind me. I'm closing out a chapter, I guess, if you will. I've been on the road now for about 5 months. No, it's been 5 months. I've been on the road 5 months. Left Virginia, went up to Newfoundland, across Canada, up to Alaska, dipped my toes in the Arctic Ocean. Then spent a lot of time in the western U.S. and about 25,000 miles later, tomorrow I'm headed into Mexico. And I have been through 2 countries. I have 18 more to go. So as always, I appreciate you following along, and I appreciate the comments and the feedback. And seriously, so tomorrow I'll be speaking Spanish and eating real Mexican food. That's all for now. Later.